As a pathologist, I'm inspired by the fact that new personalized therapies are 600% more likely to be approved for clinical use when paired with a companion diagnostic. But what are the odds that a test I helped develop would one day change my own mother's life? I am a doctor and a daughter who knows the real value of companion diagnostics. My first thoughts were from the perspective of being a pathologist, more than this is my mother.
My first thoughts when they told me I had the cancer, of course, it's scary. I worried about telling my family. I didn't want to tell the grandkids.
And the things I thought about and wanted to know about her cancer right away were very clinical things.
I worried about getting sick, losing my hair. I worried that I'd suffer like my mom did.
I wanted to know, how big was it? What grade was it? Did it have good or bad prognosis?
I thought about death for an instant, maybe, and I'm a pretty positive person.
I wanted to know very clinical, technical things about the tumor itself because I know the implications that those things will have for her as a patient. Because it's really a place where you have an opportunity to impact patients in a very positive way. It's beyond just giving the patient a diagnosis, because that's traditionally what pathologists do, and that's not enough anymore. The clinicians have a need for additional information, and they need to know what kind of cancer it is, but they also need to know if there's a directed therapy or a targeted therapy. Does the tumor that a particular patient has carry the molecular markers that would enable it to respond to that particular therapy? People have heard about personalized healthcare, but it really is personalized healthcare, right? Instead of just giving a drug to 10 people and hoping that it's going to work, and maybe on a few it will, but on the others it will not only not work, but have terrible side effects, right? This is a very elegant way to sort out whether a patient's going to respond to a therapy or not.
Well, I know it means that I have a receptor in my body that actually promotes cancer cell growth. And I was waiting for that diagnostic test to come back because I thought if it came back negative, that would be a good thing. But it actually came back positive, and that was a better thing for me because then I was a candidate for the individual personalized therapy that I'm getting.
That was impactful for me because, we work on these things for years, and it was actually a week where I was kind of thinking of whether what I did was meaningful. And when I saw the Ventana test, it really hit me that it was something I had worked on directly, and I had helped to write the interpretive guide. My name is on that interpretive guide, and I'd never realized it would directly affect me.
When I was on chemotherapy, I was exhausted all the time. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was just tired. And now that I'm just on the individual therapy, I'm happy to go do whatever I did before. I have lots of energy, and it's just so much better.
It means my mom is unlikely to have recurrence of her breast cancer. It means that I feel really confident that we have really targeted any possible residual cancer cells that might be there. with a directed therapy, right, gives me a lot of confidence in her future. Just remember every day that what you're doing is for a patient, and it might end up being your family member or even you. I mean, we know what a directed therapy means scientifically and theoretically, but to see that it actually impacts a patient in a positive way, their quality of life, it's